Hey everybody, this is Mr. Storm. In this video, we are going to do something kind of cool. We're going to take a floor plan from off of the internet, and we are going to basically use it as a model to create a to-scale model of a house. We're going to work on this for the next couple of weeks. This is going to be technically our final project, and we're going to turn it in installments. So make sure whenever you're done with your work today, you save your file somehow, whether it's on Google Drive or what have you, so that you can open it up again next week and continue working on this. So to find a good floor plan, I've gone to this website here called floorplans.com. And what you can do is you can just search for the number of bedrooms you want. You can search for bathrooms, let's say 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I want 1 floor. I would recommend sticking to 1 single floor. If you have 2 floors, it's going to give you 2 different floor plans, and it's going to be kind of complicated. And I'm going to grab a garage. You can select search home plans. And you can grab any of these that look good to you. If you click on it, you can scroll down and you'll see that you have a floor plan for that house, right? So you can right click, save image as, and you want to make sure it's a JPEG image. You also want to make sure that it actually has, I'm going to grab that. You want to make sure that it actually has the dimensions in it as well, right? Because we're going to use those dimensions to size our floor plan properly in SketchUp. So now that we have our floor plan downloaded, let's go to this hamburger menu over here and let's click import from my device. I'm going to click on my computer icon here and I will grab the floor plan that we just chose. I want to bring it in as an image, so I'm going to click there. And then you want to basically anchor it in the corner and just size it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be the right size because we are going to size it in this next step. Now it's best, I find, when working with these floor plans to kind of start from a bird's eye view here. Okay. So let's see. The first thing we want to do is this image right here. It's kind of all just one object. So we want to explode it out so that it is the edges and the face itself. And then we're going to group it together so that it doesn't mess with the geometry that we're going to draw on top of it. So what we want to do is right click and hit explode, which is going to turn it into 4 edges and a face. And then we're going to right click and select make group. So now it's a group with 4 edges and a face, which is what we're looking for. Okay, now we want to actually size our floor plan based on the dimensions we're given here. So this garage right here is going to be 22 by 23. Actually, let's go with this study right here, just because it's 11 by 11, so it'll be easy to see which side we're going to use. And I'm just going to scale it based off of this front area here. So what we can do is grab our ruler, and we'll zoom in, and we'll just put our, and this is based off the interior wall. So kind of make it on the corner of the interior and then drag it over to right about where it is. Now, before you click anything else, so I've clicked it twice, before you click anything else, you want to type the dimension that you want to scale it to and hit enter. And you're going to get this dialog box that pops up that says, do you want to resize the model? I'm going to click OK, and then it scales it up. Now, if we look, we can see that this is pretty close to 11 feet, right? So we have now effectively scaled our model. Okay, so now we get to do the fun thing. Now we get to start basically drawing out this model. Now, I like to start with the outside edge to kind of build the outside of the model. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. So I'm going to grab my pencil tool or my line tool, and I'm just going to start up here in the top corner and just start drawing an outline around And notice that I'm making sure I'm locked in on the axis. Like I'm on the green axis there. Now I'm on the red axis. And I'm on the green axis. And I'm on the red axis, right? Now, if you have a floor plan that has a bunch of like weird shapes and stuff in it that make it kind of complicated, then you might want to, okay, then you might want to consider getting something that's a little bit more simple like this. Or you can just draw the shapes in like you want. Okay, so now notice I have this weird effect going on. Now that I've created my outside wall, I have this jittery effect. This is an effect called Z fighting, where basically when I created this shape, it created a face on the bottom of the shape. It filled in the shape. But the face of this is interacting with the face on my image, right? And so I'm going to get rid of the face that we just created. I'm going to select it and hit delete so we don't have that Z fighting going on. Plus, we don't need that face down there anymore anyway. Okay, now at this point, I could model out the windows, but we're going to save that for next week. We just want to get the basic rough shape of this, this house into SketchUp. So the next thing I'm going to do is use the Extrude Tool, which is, oh no, where is it? It's E. Nope, that's eraser. Oh no, it's F. That's what it is. F. That's what I'm looking for. So F is the Extrude Tool. Come on. No. Oh, there it is. The offset tool. Yeah. And it's saying that I can't do the offset. Let's grab it again. What's going on? Why can't I offset this shape? Let's bring the face back in there. Okay. That's weird. So maybe, yeah, let's not delete the face first. That's probably a good idea. So if you deleted the face along with me, go ahead and Control Z to bring the face back in. Because yeah, I think we need the face in order to offset into this area. So I'm going to grab and I'm going to start offsetting, and I'm just going to type 4 and hit enter. Now it created an offset at 4 inches, which is not thick enough. So I'm going to Control Z. Let's do a 6-inch offset. That looks a lot closer. So 6 inches for mine. You can kind of make yours however, whatever your floor plan calls for. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and delete that face. And so we have our outside wall. At this point, you kind of guessed it probably. We're just going to grab the push-pull tool, and we're going to bring up this to, let's say, 10 feet. Okay, 10 feet is a good standard height for floor plans for houses. Okay, and now we need to, it's probably best if we make this whole thing a group. So let's go ahead and double click or triple click to select all of it. Let's make this a group so that that's a group on its own. Okay, so now we're going to do the interior walls, and this is just going to be basically the same. We grab our pencil tool and we come in here and we basically start drawing out the wall. And we want to make sure that we are finishing off the wall sections so that we get a face in the wall. Okay. Now for closets like this, you can kind of like, this is a closet. For a closet like this, you can kind of leave it open if you want, or you can just draw all the way across the closet and then we will fix it. Oh, that's a doorway. So let's go all the way across there. Come in here. Oh. So yeah, it's really just a lot of drawing, tracing out these. That looks like a closet to me. Let's go this way, and we'll finish that off there. Okay. And from there to there, and from there to there. We actually don't want this piece. Oh, you know what we can do? Let's go there. And we can get rid of that section there. So I'm wondering why this isn't finishing. Let's draw that across so that finishes. And let's draw that across so that finishes. And that across. So now we have all of that. Let's grab this and delete it. And we probably want to do something there with that section because I believe that's going to be like a closet area. But whatever, we can play around with that. Anyway, let's finish off this part. So I'm going to grab my line tool again. Now with a complicated geometry like this, you can kind of go diagonally. Which would work out pretty well, but make sure that you're not going too far off of that axis because you don't want to cause an issue when you're trying to extrude this up later. And these designs aren't going to be exactly perfect. So sometimes they're a little bit pixelated, and so we have to kind of be creative. So I'm going to do the cutout for this closet here. And then I can grab that, delete, and I can delete that as well. Oh, I just got a text message. Ignore that. All right, so that's pretty much enough for me to show you what we're going to do next. So once we get our walls all kind of put in, we want to start pulling our walls up 10 feet. Now what we can do is if we just double click on a section, then it will, come on. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Weird. If you just double click on a section, it will repeat the last height value that you just gave it. So it makes it kind of easy. I wonder why this. Oh, I see. I see. Notice down here that this kind of, we're going to have to draw a line in there to separate that and make this. There we go. So now I can extrude this up. $10 feet. And like I said, I'm probably going to cut that out as part of the bathroom, but notice that we're creating some cool geometry within this. We're creating some cool geometry that matches everything. So this is going to be a cutout for a door. Right there is a closet. Here's another closet. We have another doorway going this way. So you just want to spend some time finishing out your floor plan. When you're done, you want to grab everything on the interior and make that a group as well, so that you have your interior walls and your exterior walls are different from each other. They're in different groups. Okay. Let's see. I'm not going to make you sit here and watch me do the rest of this. I will let you do yours on your own. But now you pretty much have the idea. You have an idea of how it's going to go and how it's going to look. So once you get your interior and exterior walls built and you have basically the frame of your house, then you can turn in this project on Canvas. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next week.